The stage is yours, my friend.
My Godfather came out.
You come to me on my daughter's wedding day to offer me your hand in friendship. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Kill them. I cannot do that. The Godfather. One of the greatest movies of all time. I will fight anyone who disagrees with me on that.
Yeah.
Um,
Watch it, pal.
You're the
Watch
one
it.
you just made fun of football. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you were on my list tonight, Justin. You make fun of football. You're questioning the Godfather. Ooh, you're on my list tonight. But, but
Shots
anyway,
fired.
but anyway, The Godfather. How can you not? This is like a near perfect film, if not perfect.
um,
Mm, okay, I'll let you. You the chair recognizes Mr. Favaro.
You've been summoned before the tribunal.
oh my God.
And choose your words very wisely, my friend.
Look,
Okay, I'm looking.
I've gained an appreciation for this movie that I didn't have the first time I watched it.
Okay, you smartened up. Good.
Is it my favorite movie? No.
Okay, fair enough. But you can respect the hell out of this movie.
I can respect the movie. I can respect its storytelling. I can respect its character development. And I feel like it's a movie I prefer to think upon rather than watch.
Okay, how so?
Like, I find pondering about Michael's character very interesting.
It is very interesting.
Um, how it was never supposed to be that way, how it really is a tragedy that
Because in the beginning of the movie, he's like, I don't want to say the goody two shoes, but for lack of a better word, he's the goody two shoes. Wouldn't
he
you
was a
say,
hero.
Justin? He's the war hero. And if you've watched the Godfather saga, there's a scene when they're going to see the consigliere who's dying. And Don Vito asks Michael, goes, now that the war's over, what are you going to do? He goes, finish school. And he goes, good. I don't want you in this. I want you to go be a doctor or a lawyer. But then by the end of the film, he's the epitome of evil.
Yeah.
Because I always think of it this way when they go, when at the end of the film, when he snaps that K, goes, don't ask me about my business, K. And then you hear that do 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 do, and you hear it again, and they go, Don Corleone, Don Corleone. And then the door is closed. To me, that's symbolism of Michael's life. The door is now closed. And now
Yeah.
we have this new Michael. But, and then Marlon Brando's performance, which is absolutely. They originally didn't want Marlon Brando.
I know. Because at the time he was uninsurable. He was box office poison, and it wasn't worth the performance for his antics.
Yeah, would you say this was basically like a comeback movie, a comeback film for
It
him?
was a comeback film for him.
Um, Marlon Brando, because at this time, he was big in like the 50s and 60s. Not really 60s, right, Justin?
Um, no, 60s is sort of where he started to falter.
And Francis Ford Coppola really wanted him, but we talked about this before. I think in alternate casting choices, Coppola and the studio literally went back and forth. So we
Yeah.
want this guy. Well, we want this guy. They originally wanted They wanted Ernest Borgnine as Don Corleone.
Interesting.
And Coppola wanted Marlon Brando. I said, as long as I'm the head of Paramount Pictures, Marlon Brando's not going to be in this movie.
Oh, yes, he wasn't the head of Paramount Pictures when they made the movie.
Well, no, he was. I think they made a compromise because another one is Coppola wanted Al Pacino, who was a relative unknown at the time.
Right.
And I said, no, we want big names. And with the whole Marlon Brando thing, they said, okay, we'll make a compromise. We'll let you have Marlon Brando, but we want James Caan. I think that's how it went. I could be wrong. I said, but we want James Caan.
I mean, not a bad trade.
I said, we'll give you Marlon Brando, but we want James Caan as Sonny. And he goes, okay, deal. And because this movie was I haven't watched the series, but there's a series on Paramount Plus called The Offer.
I'm aware of it.
This was a classic example of studio versus director.
Yes.
Every time Francis Ford Coppola wanted something, the studio said no. And when the studio wanted something, Francis Ford Coppola also said no. So these two basically hated each other.
Yep.
But you know what? The film is nearly perfect because you know what? The great Steven Spielberg, when he first watched this movie, he said, I might as well quit filmmaking. I'm never going to make something like this. But by the way, Steven, we're glad you didn't quit.
Yeah, especially since his career hasn't even began yet.
We're glad you didn't quit, though. No, but when he saw this movie, he was like, I don't know if I can. I'm never going to make something like this. But yeah, the performances: Al Pacino, Marlon Brando, James Caan, John Cazale, Robert Duvall, Diane Keaton. It's just, oh my God, I could do a whole doctoral thesis. This film is just so, and yes, it's a violent film, but I think the violence is more stylized. It's not like Bonnie and Clyde. Would you say, Justin?
I think that Bonnie and Clyde was kind of stylized too.
Yeah. And you can quote this movie. You could quote this movie so much. I'll make him an offer you can't refuse. Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes.
The Italian lines are a little harder to remember.
Leave the gun, take the cannolis. Don't ask me about my business, Kay. No. You know what you got to do? Okay, this is a lesser known line. You got to take a gun, you got to put it up against his head, and boom, get his brains all over your nice new Ivy League suit, Michael. Just like that. If I can get him in a place and get Clemenza to plant a gun for me, I'll kill them both. Like, this is a film. Oh my God, I can go on about. Justin can tell you, I can go on about this movie forever.
Then maybe we should cut you off.